In relationships, there are a few things high value women simply avoid, and they make all the difference. Men fall for women who are consistent, supportive, and genuinely care. If you're looking to build a deep, lasting connection, steer clear of these 6 common pitfalls and watch your relationship grow stronger. Let's break down exactly what to avoid to keep a man's heart in commitment. Lesson 1. Never break promises or be unreliable. When you break promises or become unreliable, you're basically sending a message that he can't count on you. This leads to mistrust, and nothing kills love faster than feeling like the person you're with isn't dependable. Men need to know that when you say you'll do something, you'll actually do it. If you constantly flake or back out, he'll start to see you as unreliable, and trust will break down fast. If he starts to see you as someone who doesn't keep promises, he'll likely hold back from being vulnerable with you. He may stop sharing his feelings or start doubting the relationship altogether. Over time, this breeds resentment and can make him withdraw emotionally, leading him to feel like you're not invested in making things work. Keep your word, even in small things. If you say you'll be there, make sure you show up. And if something unexpected happens, communicate right away and find a solution together. A simple check and can go a long way in making him feel valued and respected. Consistency is key. When he knows you'll follow through, he'll feel secure and more connected to you. Lesson 2. Never undermine his confidence. When you undermine his confidence, even in small ways, it's a direct hit to his self-worth. Men need to feel strong and capable, especially in their relationships. But if you're constantly second, guessing him, belittling his choices, or making sarcastic comments, you're telling him he's not enough. Nothing damages a relationship faster than making someone feel small. If he feels you don't believe in him, he'll stop opening up. Why would he share his dreams, struggles, or thoughts if he thinks they'll just be shot down over time? He'll stop trying to connect with you. Emotional distance will creep in. And once it's there, it's tough to rebuild that trust and closeness. Show him that you believe in him. Encourage his goals. Back him up even when things get rough. And keep criticism to a minimum. Let him know you see his strengths and that you're proud of who he is. When he feels like you're on his side, he'll not only feel more confident but also more committed to building something real with you. Lesson 3. Never compare him to others. When you compare him to others, whether it's an ex, a friend's boyfriend, or anyone else, you're telling him he's not good enough. Constantly measuring him against someone else is a guaranteed way to make him feel inadequate and unappreciated. Men need to feel accepted and valued for who they are, not pressured to be someone they're not. If he feels like he's always competing with some ideal, he'll start to believe he can never meet your expectations, and that's when the resentment builds. If he senses that you're comparing him, he'll pull back and lose motivation to open up or put effort into the relationship. Why would he try? If he thinks he's constantly falling short, over time, he'll either withdraw emotionally or get tired of feeling like he's never enough. Either way, it creates a rift between you that's hard to repair. Appreciate him for who he is, not for who you wish he'd be. Focus on his unique qualities and strengths. Maybe he's an amazing listener or super reliable, whatever it is. Recognize and value it. By celebrating what makes him special, you're building him up and creating a relationship where he feels safe, seen, and valued. When he knows he's enough for you, just as he is, he's far more likely to invest his all in the relationship. Lesson 4. Never take him for granted. When you take him for granted, You're sending the message that his efforts, no matter how big or small, don't matter to you. Men want to feel appreciated, like the things they do have value and aren't just expected. If you ignore his gestures or act like they're no big deal, he'll start feeling unappreciated and even resentful. Nothing pushes someone away faster than feeling like their presence and efforts are going unnoticed. If he feels like his efforts are wasted, he'll stop putting in the work. Why would he go out of his way if it's only going to be met with indifference? Over time, he'll disengage emotionally, and the connection between you will weaken. Don't be surprised if he starts pulling away or even loses interest in keeping the relationship alive. Show him you value what he brings to the table, even in the small things. Say, "Thank you." Recognize the little ways he supports you, and let him know you see his efforts. When he feels truly appreciated, he'll want to keep doing things that make you happy. A man who feels valued is one who will stay fully committed and engaged in making the relationship thrive. Lesson 5. Never dismiss his feelings. When you dismiss his feelings, you're telling him that his emotions don't matter, and that his thoughts and struggles aren't important to you. Men aren't always encouraged to express vulnerability, so when he does, it's a big deal. If you brush off his feelings or downplay his concerns, you're shutting him down. Nothing kills emotional intimacy faster than making someone feel like their feelings are invalid or ignored. If he feels his emotions don't count, he'll start bottling them up, and the walls between you will grow thicker. Eventually, he may even stop sharing his emotions with you altogether. This leads to emotional disconnection, and once that sets in, it's hard to bridge the gap. Listen to him, acknowledge his feelings, and show empathy. Let him know that his emotions are safe with you, and that you respect his vulnerability. When he feels heard and supported, he's more likely to stay emotionally open and invested in the relationship. A man who knows his feelings matter will trust you more deeply, creating a lasting bond. Lesson 6. Never measure him against others. When you measure him against others, you're telling him he's not good enough and that he doesn't measure up. Men want to feel valued for who they are, not like they're in some unspoken competition. Constantly holding him up against others, even subtly, is a quick way to make him feel inadequate and unappreciated. Nothing kills love faster than feeling like you're being compared or judged. If he feels like he's always being measured against others, he'll start to withdraw. He'll stop opening up, stop making an effort, and stop caring about keeping the relationship strong. If he thinks he's always coming up short, he'll eventually lose interest in trying at all, leading to resentment and emotional distance. Focus on what makes him unique and valuable to you. Let him know that you see his strengths and recognize the effort he puts in without holding him to some imagined standard. By accepting him as he is, you're showing him that he's enough for you, just as he is. You're showing him that he's enough for you, just as he is. When he feels like he doesn't have to compete to be loved, he'll be more committed, more open, and more willing to give his all in return. Lesson 7. Never ignore his emotions. When you ignore his emotions, you're sending a clear message. His feelings don't matter to you. Men may not always be open about what they're going through, so when they do let their guard down, it's a big deal. If you brush his emotions aside, act dismissive, or ignore his attempts to share, he'll feel like he's talking to a wall. Nothing crushes trust faster than feeling like the person you care about couldn't care less about what's going on inside your head. If he starts to feel his emotions are unimportant to you, he'll shut down. He'll withdraw, stop opening up, and stop trying to connect on a deeper level. Over time, this kills intimacy, creating a gap that may be impossible to close. Ignoring his emotions is the fastest way to push him away emotionally. And once he's checked out, getting him back is a battle. So, listen when he talks and actually hear him out. Acknowledge what he's feeling, even if it's uncomfortable or different from your own perspective. Show him you're a safe place for his emotion. When he knows he can trust you with his feelings, he'll feel closer and more committed than ever, because he'll know you truly value all of who he is. Now we are about to end the video. Now it is time to change your life. Write down a comment and say that you want to change your life, no matter how difficult it is to change. I will read each of your comments and feature one of the best comments in our channel. If you want a daily dose of unfiltered motivation, subscribe to our channel.